A warm welcome and a heartfelt namaste. I, Anuradha Sharda, would like to thank all of you for liking our channel and its content. Today, we are going to talk on the Lagna and the planets posited in Lagna and how they shape up our personality and also give us a number of happenings in life. But before that, if you want to listen to this video or any other video in an audio format, then please do subscribe to my Spotify channel, and there you can listen to a number of videos. Moreover, I have my course on basic astrology, basics of astrology going on in Hindi. If you're wanting to subscribe or you're wanting to learn basics of astrology in Hindi, please do visit our website, do write to us. So, we're going to talk on the planets in the Lagna. First and foremost, few things that we should all know is that all the 12 Lagnas will have very strong characteristics of their own. So depending on the planet that is, depending on the Lagna, the planet that is placed there will also take a lot of color from it. For example, if it's a Pisces Lagna and Jupiter is placed there, then we know that this person is very giving, we know that this person is very intelligent, and we know that the person is very focused into helping others, and that is his way of renunciation or getting enlightenment. At the same time, if it is the Lagna, which is, if this Lagna happens to be now Taurus and Jupiter is placed there, we know that this Lagna is a very commercial sign, and we know that this Lagna is also a fixed Lagna. So Jupiter's nature in such a case will be different. This here the person will be very good in accounts. The person would be very good in all the Jupiterian qualities, like teaching, would be good at commerce also, and the person would be fair, tall, and well built, because that is also the structure of the sign. So we must also add on what the sign has to say to the planet that is posited there to get a very, very straight and a good answer. So let us begin with Jupiter being placed on the Lagna, the Sun being placed on the Lagna, and then we modulate it according to the Lagnas that is there. So first and foremost, if we have Sun placed in the Lagna, if Sun is placed in your Lagna, in that case, it makes you a very, very forceful personality. The fact that you're extremely authoritative and you do not take any prisoners is something that is inbuilt within you. You do not like people overpowering you or superseding you. It will take some time to develop your personality, because as I always keep telling people that it takes 6 hours for the sun to go up on the sky. In the yogas also, there is called Vriddhi Yoga, where sun is the devata, the deity of it. So sun takes some time to mature, to reach the zenith. Similarly, your personality will take some time to mature, to bloom. But once you've reached that stage, you will be very, very authoritative. You will be the king of all that you survey. Now, as I said, if the Lagna change, for all the 12 Lagnas, this is not going to be consistent, in the sense you have to add up, we have to add up according to the Lagna also. So if it's in the Sagittarius Lagna, where it's a fire sign, in that case, the person would always have the ability to think straight and will be able to see a lot of things, will be extremely independent, and will think that he is a or she is a know-all. While at the same time, if it is in Libra, such a person will have a foresight, but will also be very loving towards others, will like to take, at least will like to hear to what others is saying, and then give consideration to what they are doing. But nevertheless, their word would be final, because debilitated or otherwise, the king remains the king. So on and so forth. This is how everything changes for with respect to the Lagna and the planet. Let's move on to Moon. If Moon is the Lord which is sitting on the Lagna, if Moon is the planet that is sitting on the Lagna, see, these people have a very calm, very sedate kind of a nature. These people do not like to invite any kind of fights or any kind of controversies in their life. These people can have a changing temperament, that is, they can have mood swings also. and they can be very moody. These people are also very soft spoken, and they know how to reach out to masses. If moon is in the lagna, somehow or the other, these people are not proprietal and yet know how to touch the emotions of people, how to be very close to people, how to gather them in their confidence, how to get the appreciation of people, because they know how to emotionally connect with people. Let's not forget that moon is the lord of the fourth house of the natural zodiac, which is about emotions and masses also. When we talk about Mars and the Lagna, the leadership qualities are very much apparent. But Mars is also the ruler of two different houses. That is, the first house being the house of open upfront leadership, where you are totally going heading on like a ram. At the same time, there is the Scorpio, which works very silently. The first is like a soldier who's ready to go. Yes, you have leadership qualities, but you are you're so busy, or so busy and excited in seeing the taking the first step, that you're not as gathered, or you are not as thoughtful as the Mars of Scorpio. So this is a very strong distinction that we will find in Mars. If that Mars, as the Mars matures, this lagna, on this lagna, the person becomes more and more thoughtful. The person becomes more and more strategic. The person becomes more and more stubborn to his or her way of doing things. Such a person would not bend. They will probably break, but they have their own way of doing things, and they would prefer to do it their way. It's always my way or the highway when Mars is on the lagna. Even if it's if it's a debilitated Mars, then that person knows to compromise up to a certain level, but beyond that, the person would definitely not go. If we have Mercury on the lagna, such a person is extremely intelligent, such a person is extremely practical, very versatile in their talk, and know how to impress people. These people are very young looking because it's the prince, we know that. These people also know how to get their work done. Commercially, they are very sound. They know how to, what avenues can give us work, and they know how to get work done through others also. They will always do things within the framework, and yet would know the loopholes of the framework. Such people are extremely smart, if I can say that, and they are street smart. As Mars is also smart, Jupiter is also very wise, but these people are extremely street smart, and they know the ways of the world. Jupiter, Mercury also gives you a lot of good memory. These people will have a very sharp memory, and they have a power of observation. Once they understand how people are working, they would be able to do things in number of ways. They have an ability. Mercury is all about multitasking, and they have an ability to multitask. One thing is very sure: if these people do not understand how to concentrate, if these people do not know how to fix their thought process for a long time on a certain place, then these people would end up losing a lot in life, because despite being intelligent, they may not be able to concentrate their energies in one place. So it's very important that there is a Saturn influence or a Jupiter influence on this Mercury to steady the mind, to make it more grow more wise as the person grows. Coming to Venus, if Venus is sitting in your lagna, then this Venus is going to give you a lot of love, affection, powerful friends, and friends will take care of you in times of need. So, in short, you are well protected, and Venus is also the power of resurrection. So, even if you fall down in life, there will always be somebody to come hold your hand and help you stand up. And once you've stood up, you will go a better place, a longer place than you would have ever imagined. Venus is also the power of healing. So you have within you the power of healing, or you can also help others heal. Venus gives you a very lovely look, it gives you a very beautiful look, and it makes you attractive. Saturn. Is it dreaded? Yes, it is dreaded by most. But should it be dreaded? No, it's one of the avatars of Lord Vishnu, wherein Saturn was the one that was extremely stable. It is the Kacha avatar. So, wherein that was the one, that is the avatar of Lord Vishnu, which holds or stabilizes the process of the ocean, churning of the ocean. So, we cannot ever say that Saturn is bad. It is the stabilizing factor in a person's life, and that is why this Saturn gives us the ability to be hardworking, to be silent. A person who has his or her Saturn sitting on the Lagna, and if it is the Lord of good houses, in such a case, this person would be very hardworking, silent in his speech, wouldn't be talking too much, and would be very straightforward in their approach to say things. They wouldn't know how to be having a flowery language. As I told you, Mercury on one level knows how to communicate. It has a flowery language. This Saturn is very direct, at the same time very honest. The Saturn is also aspecting your 10th house, so it is the one which is also giving you the ability to work hard. A caution there, if it is afflicted, if it is aspected by malefics, in such a case, this Saturn can also make you lazy, and it can make you prone to procrastination. So, best to get, and the only way to appease Saturn, what Saturn also says is sitting on your Lagna, is that keep working, keep doing good deeds, and that is then Saturn would definitely give you, after a long time, after its appropriate testings, give you steady happiness, because whatever Saturn does, it does for a long period of time. If you can show patience, diligence, and hard work, it will definitely give you results on a later date. But once that results start working, they will be consistent for a long period of time. So let us also talk about Rahu and Ketu. Rahu on the Lagna wants you to expand your personality. It gives you an ability, or it provokes you to prove that to your own self, if not to others, who you are, and work on that. But I have also made lots of videos on Rahu in different houses and Ketu in different houses. So if you want to know about what Rahu shows in different houses along with Rahu on Lagna, there's a very detailed video in the Rahu Ketu playlist. Please do check it there. Rahu on the Lagna gives you an ability to just explore your own self, get your personality out. There might be times when you're not sure about yourself, but this is what Rahu, as a planet of learning, wants to teach you. Learn about yourself, explore yourself, find out who you are, and then work yourself up from there. As far as Ketu is concerned, Ketu in Lagna tells you that yes, you are accomplished. You have a lot of accomplishments within you that you may not be aware of. And do you want to explore that territory? You sure want to explore that territory. And it is over a period of time that things that you took for a matter of fact will start surfacing as qualities in your own eyes, and then you would be able to work your way up with them. So with this, let us take up a few examples and see how it works out on people's chart. So we have the chart of Yehudi Menon. Yehudi we have moon in his, he has moon on his Lagna. As I just said, that moon on the Lagna gives you an ability to connect with others. It gives you an ability, it gives you an accomplishment wherein emotionally you can connect to people. We see music is by far the universal connect, and Yehudi was supposed to be, it was known as one of the most accomplished and yet very soft spoken, humble, and a down to earth personality. Nothing can speak more of his character than the fact that he used to practice very, very regularly, and yet was a very helpful person to one and all. This moon is also the lord of the eighth house of changes, and he sure knew how to bring about, how to connect to his music, transformation, and also the sadhana, or the practice of doing things, connecting to the Lord above. So this is how he treated his music. Let us take the case of John Nash. John Nash has his Mercury in his on his Lagna. He is one of those scientists who have won as many as we can think about as the prizes, but Nobel Prize is one of the things that he has to his record. Mercury in his Lagna gave him a, a great career, a beautiful mind, and a mind that could think in terms of complexities that we cannot even begin to imagine. However, this Mercury is also afflicted by Mars, which is the lord of the sixth house and the 11th house, and so he also had nervous issues. So when this, we always need to see as to how the planet, definitely we are going to take the planet in consideration, but any afflictions, the Lagna and all, we need to also check. Here the Lagna is Gemini, the subconscious mind, as per the Kalpurusha Kundali, and it is also the house of communication. It is also the Lagna of your creativity and your thought process. Mercury is the Lagna lord also, so it adds on a lot in terms of positivity, but because it is also afflicted, it will also show its negative sides. So we will also move on further to Venus in the Lagna of Lord Alfred Tennyson, a very learned person, a person who was knighted by the Queen because of his contribution to literature, because of his love for people, being a very soft spoken person, and person who, because Venus is also the Dev Guru, and it is also the lord of the second house of learnings, not just the seventh house of partners. So it's also the Dev Guru, and he had very powerful friends, as I told you earlier. That is one of the reasons that he grew up so high in life, and he was very kind and considerate, as per what we can read in Wikipedia. Rahu in the Lagna. Vincent van Gogh, a painter who struggled all his life to find his own identity, and after his death, in fact, when he died in poverty. And after his death, his Van Gogh's paintings have sold for millions. So this is a typical case of understanding yourself, exploring yourself, probably not being able to find yourself up to the notch, but being recognized after your passing away. Rahu in the Lagna will give you the ability to search yourself deep, and probably he was also having a lot of frustrations on that account because he could not understand his own self. Let us talk about Ketu in the Lagna. Ketu in the Lagna, brain wires. For most of us out here, we know that brain wires is a name to reckon with, and he is a name who deals hugely into past life regression. He's the one who moved, a psychiatrist who moved in that area. So we can see a strong past life connect coming in through his Lagna. And let's not forget, the Lagna is also the ninth house of the natural zodiac, the house that is your Ishtadevta, the house that connects you to your past life. So Ketu is very happy here. Ketu is also sitting in the Uttarashada nakshatra, which is the nakshatra of righteousness, which is the nakshatra that helps you reap the good deeds of your past life also. So it's so much apparent here in his case. And he is, and Ketu here, as is that he was not very sure of his ability to be able to do that. In fact, he was just a psychiatrist who incidentally stumbled upon the past life regression method, and as much as he used it, he found amazing results out of it. So Ketu in the Lagna is a place where you incidentally try to get to know your own self. Let's not forget that Amitabh Bachchan also has his Ketu in the Lagna, and he has found himself incidentally in the film industry because he was going to AIR, All India Radio, for being a commentator. Being rejected there, he wanted to try his hands in many other pies, and he found his calling in acting. Nancy Williams chart, where Venus is in Lagna, just to show that Venus in the Lagna can give you a very scholarly person. At the same time, it can give you a person who's so much devoted to music and to the fine arts, because music and the fine arts is also something that Venus suggests and says, and she was a name to reckon with. So with this, we understand that the Lagna matters a lot, and the planet in the Lagna is definitely a step in defining your personality, talking about who you are. The planets have many characteristics, but one thing we should always observe is the houses that they are the lord of. Here, I would just like to take Brainwise's case once again and show that Ketu here is the lord of the 12th house. 12th house is our past life. 12th house, 9th house, both are our past lives. And 9th house of the Kalpurusha Kundali can be can give you a lot of clues about where you come from or what you come with. So this ways we can understand what planets on our Lagna and where they help us understand our personalities and how we can develop into a good human being, and what kind of things can happen with us in our lives. So the personality that we have, the things that can events that can unfold in our life can all be a certain so much with the Lagna. Till we meet with you again, do write into us, do let us know how you found this video, and don't forget to share, subscribe to our channel, and to share the videos and like our videos. Till we meet with you again,